What's good, everybody? So I know you all seen the title of this video, and your curiosity struck. Like, why is he saying rest in peace, Michael Myers and Leatherface? Why is he saying that? What's going on? And I'm about to tell y'all why I said this. I saw the Halloween film, Halloween Ends, and I was not impressed with it. Just like I saw the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the Netflix version that's on Netflix. I don't know if it's still there or not, but that version, I was not impressed with that either. And the reason why I said RIP is because at this point, it's time to let these two franchises rest. Now, not saying that to rest completely, meaning if you want to come back and do them, that's fine. You could come back and do it. But at this point, they've been ran into the ground so much. They have put so many versions of them out there that have not been entertaining like that, have not really took any time to be creative. It's just, okay, people like this franchise, let's just throw it out there because people enjoy it. And that's what I see. It's just more corporate, let's make some money. Now, I'm going to start off with Leatherface. I love Texas Chainsaw Massacre, big fan of it. Saw the old one back in the day. Even when they did the remake version of it, that was pretty good. But at that point, it started to take a slump because they were not, as I said, they were not taking the time to develop a good story. And it was just, okay, let's just throw this out there, the 3D version, this and that one, that one, that one. That was it. Then they did the one Leatherface that went straight to streaming, which I didn't like that one. I give them applause and give them credit for trying to do like a prequel to it, but it just didn't sit right with me. And then the last one, as I said, that was on Netflix. That one was just not good at all. I did not care for that one. And at this point now with Leatherface, it's just been so many versions out there that's just is the franchise has gone down to the point that now when you see a Texas Chainsaw Massacre film, people just like they're nonchalant about it. It's like, oh, okay, another Leatherface film. All right, whatever. And it's nothing to where saw that was really good. So they're gonna do this, they're gonna pick up where that one left off, or they're gonna do this and that. It's just nonchalant. And when this film that was on Netflix, they were saying that it was supposed to go to the theaters, but I'm so glad that they did not put that in theaters because that, oh man, that would have been a disaster. So it was a good idea to say let's put it on streaming, you know, and the same reaction. Well, I wouldn't say the same reaction, but the reaction that they got on streaming, how people said they disliked it. Can you imagine if they would have put that in the theater? You know, wow. So that's my first take on the Leatherface franchise. The next one, Halloween. Big fan of Halloween franchise. First one, classic. Second one, pretty good. Third one, wasn't that bad. It was interesting. But at that point, it just started to same thing. It started to take a decline. Then you had the Halloween H2O. Then you had the one with Busta Rhymes and all them. Then you had the Rob Zombie version, and then it was just okay. Then they came back with the Blumhouse version of Halloween. Now I'm going to say this: out of the three Blumhouse versions of Halloween, the first one that they did, I enjoyed that one. That was pretty good. Halloween Kills, didn't too much care for that. It was just like, okay. Halloween Ends, the same thing. It was just it didn't catch me. And with these last two Halloween films, I think they knew that these films was not that good, or they knew that it was not going to be a big hit with the audience because they took them. They did same day theater, same day streaming. Now, why would you do that for these last two films? But the first Halloween film that you did, that one went straight into the theaters and it made a killing. So you see where I'm going with here. And then it was just like they kind of was like, okay, you know what? We don't really know if this one's gonna really, these last two are really gonna be hit. Or they said they looked at the second one like, yeah, looking at the numbers and stuff, people didn't too much care for that, so we can put it in the theaters, but let's just put it on streaming too, so at least try to make the money and so it won't be like a complete failure. That's what I see what happened with this. And if you look at the film, so if you guys haven't seen this last Halloween, go see it. Or let me take that back. I would just say watch it on streaming because it's on Peacock. Watch it on streaming, and then once you see it on streaming, you'll know what I'm talking about. So at this point, they have done so many versions of Michael Myers to the point now Michael Myers and the Halloween franchise has just been, it's watered down. And they just need to take a break from it. Now, I was hearing something about, they were saying that Blumhouse was saying they want to try to continue making more Halloween films. Now, my take on this, not hating on Blumhouse. I love Blumhouse. I love the stuff that they do. But if you're going to do Halloween, then move completely away from Michael Myers, move completely away from Haddonfield, move completely away from Laurie Strode, and do something totally different. Now, if you can do that, that will be a good thing. But the same thing as Michael Myers, it's the same thing. Okay, he goes back to Haddonfield, kills a bunch of people. They got to try to stop him. He goes back to Haddonfield. We didn't see that so many times to the point that it's redundant, you know. And you can see that it's that the fans like us are not really too keen and happy about it because just look at what the box office and just look at what it's doing. So if you're going to do that, let me say it again. If you're going to do another Halloween, move completely away from the storyline of Haddonfield and the people over there, period. Because with everything that's going on right now, for for Halloween and for Leatherface, you can do these franchises and bring them back, but just take it to another level. Take it to someplace totally different. If you're gonna do Leatherface, take it out of Texas. Tell a different story. Halloween. If you're gonna do Halloween, take it out of Haddonfield and take it someplace else. Something totally different. But if you're gonna keep making versions of these films with the same storyline, it's just people are not interested anymore. And I know that may sound harsh. I know some of y'all may say I'm hating, but I'm not. I'm just, as a fan and just listening to other fans and other people talk about it, they're just not interested in these films anymore. They just have no interest for them, you know? So my take on it, as I said, it's to the point now, me as a fan, I'm just like nonchalant, like other people, and just like nonchalant and like whatever. So I mean, Blumhouse say they want to do that. Like I said, go a different completely route. Now with Leatherface, it was rumored that Netflix wants to make another Texas Chainsaw Massacre. If you're gonna do that, if you're gonna do that, then please do something totally different. Don't say, well, we're gonna do Leatherface, but we're gonna do a different, we're gonna have it where Leatherface is gotten older, or this is gonna go back to right between the first one and the second one where he was doing this and this. Don't do that. Same thing with Halloween. Don't do well. We're gonna do Michael Myers, but we're gonna tell like when he was a teenager in the asylum and no. Step away from that. Come on, y'all. Y'all got all this money in Hollywood. Stop being cheap. Get some real good writers in there and write some good material. If you really want to learn how to bring a franchise back and do something really good to reboot it, look at what they did with Top Gun. We haven't seen a Top Gun movie in about what, 20 some, 30 some years. But the reason why Top Gun Maverick was such a big hit because Tom Cruise and everybody said, if we're going to do this, let's do this right. Let's take our time. Let's put a kick-ass story together. Because if we put a kick-ass story together, then everything else falls in place. That's what sold Top Gun Maverick was the story. It was a story. So if you guys are going to continue doing a horror franchise, my favorite franchise, Hollywood studios, stop being so cheap, spend the money, get some real writers to come in there, and let's put some kick-ass material in place. Please do that. And if you're not going to do that, then leave these franchises alone until you can come to the table with something better. So, you all tell me, how do you all feel about this? What's your thoughts on the Halloween franchise and the Texas Chainsaw franchise? Do you feel that they should leave them alone? Do you think they should reboot it? What do you think? Your thoughts about these? Let me know. And until then, holla at your boy.